Hello, this is Heather from Twist My Stitch. Welcome back to day 4 of the Urban X-Hat Crochet-A-Long. This is part of a short 5-day series, so make sure you catch all of it. Today we'll be decreasing the crown. This is what your hat should look like after completing the brim and rounds 1 through 5 of the body, along with repeating rounds 2 and 3 once more. Before we get started, I just want to mention that in the newborn size, a few rounds in the written pattern are skipped. For simplicity, in this tutorial, the rounds skipped will be omitted. You will hear me say, skip to round 7. The round numbers here will reflect the same as in the full PDF version. This is to keep things consistent for crafters following either version of the written pattern. You can find a link to the full version in the description below. So let's get started with round 1. We'll start with a chain 1, then we'll skip the first stitch and work a half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Here we're going to work the half double crochet 2 together. Yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Do not yarn over here. Just simply insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. I think that this leaves a less bulky half double crochet 2 together. I'll show that to you again. Continue working half double crochet in the next 3 stitches and half double crochet 2 together until you get to the end of the round. The last half double crochet 2 together will be worked in the last stitch of the round and the first skipped stitch. Here we're going to work the last half double crochet 2 together over the last stitch and the first skipped stitch of the round. Now we need to join with a slip stitch to the first stitch of the round. At this point, you should have 40 stitches in your round. Now we're ready for round 2. We need to slip stitch into the 3rd loop of the half double crochet and then chain 2. The slip stitch and chain 2 counts as a stitch. Then you're going to work a double crochet into the 3rd loop of the next stitch. Now we need to work a double crochet 2 together through the 3rd loop. Yarn over, insert into the 3rd loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the next 3rd loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Now we're going to begin our repeat. Our repeat is double crochet into the 3rd loop of the next 2 stitches. Then work a double crochet 2 together through the 3rd loop of the following 2 stitches. You're going to continue this repeat until you get to the end of the round. Now we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. At this point, you should have 30 stitches in your round. We're now ready to start round 3. First, we're going to chain 1, then we'll skip the first stitch and half double crochet into the next stitch. Then half double crochet 2 together in the following 2 stitches. That is our repeat. Half double crochet in the next stitch and half double crochet 2 together. Continue working that repeat until you get to the end of the round. Here we're at the end of round 3. We now need to work the half double crochet 2 together in the last stitch and in the first skip stitch of the round. Then you'll join your round with a slip stitch to the first half double crochet. We should now have 20 stitches on our round. Here we'll skip to round 7, which is our final round. We'll start with a chain 1. We'll skip the first stitch and work a half double crochet 2 together over the next 2 stitches. And that is our repeat. Half double crochet 2 together until you get to the end of the round. So now we need to just work our last half double crochet 2 together in the last stitch of the round and the first skipped stitch. And then you'll slip stitch to the first half double crochet of the round. So now that we've completed all of the stitches in the round, this is what your hat should look like. The final thing that we need to do to our hat is close up the top. This is what it will look like when you're finished. Now we just need to cut a yarn tail leaving about 6 to 8 inches in length and weave through the remaining 10 stitches. After we've cut our yarn, we'll simply pull up the last loop until our tail is free. Then we need to thread our darning needle. Simply fold over the tail of the yarn like so and pinch it tight. Then we'll thread the folded end through our needle. To close up the top, we are going to weave through the front loop of the last 10 stitches all the way around. Now that we've weaved through all 10 stitches, we need to cinch it tight. Just simply pull on the yarn until it closes. As you can see, the closure is not extremely secure, so we'll weave through the last 10 stitches once more. I'll usually work this next section only a couple of stitches at a time. Now that we're at the end, give that yarn tail a good tug. As you can see, it is much more secure now. I'll usually go through the first couple of stitches once again, then I'll push my darning needle through to the inside of the hat and weave that tail in to secure it. Then I'll go back and weave in any additional tails that may have been left behind. At this point, your hat is finished. So this is what our finished hat should look like. At this point, you can choose to add a pom-pom or not. For this newborn hat, I'm going to leave it just the way it is. Now hop on over to the Twist My Stitch Facebook page or Crochet Along with Us group. Post a picture of your finished hat and see what others have made as well. I'll put the links in the description below. Be sure to come back for day 5 of the Urban X Hat Crochet Along. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and click on that bell to get notified of future videos. Thank you for watching, and now go twist my stitch.